반갑습니다. I'm here at Guanyin Forest National Park in Dongguan, China. There's the front gate right there. That's a nice looking gate there. Some beautiful trees. And there's not a whole lot to do in Dongguan, but this is one of the attractions there. It's a small mountain. You walk to the top. There's some very old structures up there, old buildings, and a surprise, a very large Buddha up there that they claim is the largest Buddha in the world. At least that's what they said on Wikipedia. I think what it said was something like, it's the largest Guanyin granite Buddha in the world. I don't know what that distinction is, but we're gonna find out. Here's my breakfast right here. Fruit, yogurt, drink, and bread. Because I'm on a low carb diet. Doughy. Probably some type of bean on there. The yogurt drink is not on. Yogurt drinks are really popular here in China. And this one has kind of a tangy, fruity flavor to it. I don't know exactly what flavor it's supposed to be, but it'll do for energy as I walk up this gigantic 488-meter mountain in Dongguan. This is actually a really nice entryway here to this mountain park. And here is the Up Mountain Passage up ahead. That's what it's called. It's called the Up Mountain Passage, and that's where I go with my 45 yuan ticket before I get run over by this Honda. That looks like the area. I'm down here somewhere. That looks like the area that has the buildings and the statue, I hope. But they have this path that goes along here. That looks like a cable car. And throughout here, they had additional tickets that you could buy for like kids' activities. There's a museum around here. I'm just interested in walking up to the peak, look at the views, see if I can catch the statue. Let's get the show on the road. Got my man Spider-Man there chasing me up these hills. I'm not really a Stairmaster kind of guy. Looks very mysterious here. I think this is the right way. This is at my head level, so this is what it's like to be 6'3" walking through this thing. Dongguan's a funny city. It's a city that I call home now. That's a lot of steps. The other thing about Dongguan is this. It's a subtropical climate, so my home is in Florida, and it would be like living in Florida but without beaches and swimming pools and lots of AC everywhere. Alright, mystery hall done. Oh man, there's horses here. I'm allergic to horses. A little moment of relief here. I think I'm heading in the right direction. I think it's called Guanyin Square. That's where I want to go. So onward and upward. Those people are lazy. Nothing says nature quite as well as a Pepsi machine. Hey, doggy. Doggy, doggy. And of course, this is the dragon from Never-Ending Story. One must never forget that classic. Here's a nice little view of part of Dongguan. Dongguan's a huge city, actually. Okay, my question has been answered. Hark, yonder, that is where I'll be going. So I do have to walk that whole distance. It's not going to be such a quick hit as I thought. So whilst I am hiking, I thought I would comment on this topic here. as I cough. Every time I make a video now, somebody has to get on the comments section and be like, oh, they're not wearing their mask, blah, 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 blah. Well, these masks still have to be worn if you go into like a shopping center. Like if you go into a supermarket, close quarter place where there's a lot of people, you have to put one on, they won't let you in. They take your temperature. If you forget your mask, you gotta buy one. What some of you are not realizing is that the situation hit you back home being the US of A, later than it did here. And you have been kinda, hey, easy, trying to do a video here. A little careless with your handling of wearing the masks. So that has inevitably prolonged the process, but things are much more lax here. Also, here in Dongguan, we were never really hit by the health crisis. I think in this city of 9 million people, at least what they reported, there was about 100 infections at the height of it. And they quickly went away, but even so, they still locked everything down at the time. You didn't have an option to wear it. You don't mess around like that here. So as a result, it's just crowded areas. When I go to a travel attraction or something like that where there's a lot of people congregating, they also make you wear a mask. But other than that, it's generally speaking, life is back to normal. That's all I'm going to say about that. That looks like the I can't think of the word, but the bridge you walk on, not a rip line. Is the rip line the thing that you slide down? I can't remember it. But anyway, so that's the jungle gym, forest-sized jungle gym here for kids and adults. Hey, you better be careful. You better be careful. Lazy. Little pit stop area here. They got some corn and like these are like little meatballs. I don't know if that's going to come through. Radishes. I saw somebody walking through here with some seaweed. Some seaweed soup. And I'm down with seaweed. Seaweed's really good for you. I'm actually more into like the Korean style gim style, the dry crunchy stuff, more than the soup style thick swaths of seaweed. The swath o seaweed soup. Lazy people. That's the zip line. That hike is deceivingly difficult. It says that it's, what was it, 4 something or 8 something meters? 800 something, 400 something, I forget. But I didn't know that it spanned over, like, it was like you saw in the ticket, there's like a mountain chain, like a range that you gotta walk up. You gotta pay your dues to get to the top here. You can try on traditional Chinese garb. I could probably do it too. I could look like, I'd be like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Look at this guy. Look at all these dresses here. You got your little private room in there. That last stretch of road that I just went through, coming up here, that was tough. I actually had to stop a couple times. But the good news is, I am finally at the final spot. It's just right there. The Big Buddha Park. All I have to do is just walk up these stairs here. We're there. More stairs. Man, they love to punish themselves just to get up here. There it is. The Big Buddha. at the top of this treacherous hill that was way harder to climb than I thought. It's kind of a bummer because, I don't know, maybe these locals did or didn't know, but the Buddha is actually closed for maintenance. I think it said since September of last year. But I wouldn't know how to read the sign, so I didn't know that. But all right, there's a big Buddha. Anyway, they've got several drones flying around here. If you could see all the drones, you might think they're birds. Those are actually all drones. Well, those are birds. There's probably 3 or 4 of them over there. There's 3 or 4 of them over here. These drones trying to get shots because you can't actually go in to see the Buddha. So from this angle, it kind of looks like a creature double feature movie. That's Majin. Majin rising above the mountains, getting ready to do his little thing with his face and then rip apart the bad guys. There's a semi-front shot of it. I'm pretty far away though. But in person, it's pretty massive. Well, I must say that was a very challenging hike. Way more than I thought would be, but I made it alive. And a little disappointed that I couldn't get in to see the full frontal of old Buddha, gigantic Buddha. In person, it's definitely much bigger than I thought. Anyway, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in Dongguan, so I don't know if I'd ever have a chance to see Big Buddha in all his glory opened up to the public. But that was good enough for me. I mean, I've seen many big statues, and that was another big statue. And one of the biggest that I've ever seen, that's for sure. But that's it. I'm finished with this day. I'm going to walk down here and go home. I hope you enjoyed this little trip. Those stairs over there nearly killed me. See you next time. Peace.